Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs87 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, we're going to be talking about the month ahead for June, which is out quite late. It did come out yesterday, but I wasn't able to make a video on it yesterday like I thought I would be able to originally, so we're going to be having it coming out today. I may have an episode of the Hardcore Iron Man out today as well, but I might just push that to tomorrow so I have more time to edit it, since I wouldn't have as much time since I'm doing this video. Before we get into things, just a couple of updates from my side, I guess. You might notice, although you probably don't, that my cash stack has decreased quite a bit. And that's because I actually have recently purchased 60 bonds. So I have 20 right here in my whatever currency pouch thing. And then I gave 40 of those to my hardcore Fresh and Firm, which obviously it's my hardcore series, going for all the collections, whatever. You guys probably know the story. But I gave that account 40 bonds, and there are 20 of those were used immediately to get all of the bank boosters, which is pretty expensive for bank boosters. But yeah, I used 20 bonds, and now I have the maximum bank space, which is nice because I was starting to run out pretty quickly on that account as I was getting into, doing some clues and stuff. In PVM, you get a lot of stuff in your bank, especially on Iron Man where you're tending to hoard a bunch of stuff. And then I obviously have 20 of them on here. So 40 to the other account, 20 on here. And then the extra 20 are now going to be for Premiere next year, or like this year, for in a couple months or so. I would say if you want to buy bonds for Premiere, I would buy them around now-ish, because it's the end of that Vic promotion, so they're going to be on the decline at least a little bit. And obviously you don't want to buy them around the time of Premiere because they go up a ton. So that's what I did. Just figured it would be a good time to buy them, and I might be actually buying a couple more for the Iron Man to get some more presets as well, but I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. And that cost me 1.3 bill in total, which is kind of a lot, but I am working on getting another orb set eventually here, on a little Telos streak. No luck yet, but yeah, I pretty much need to get like 1 or 2 orb sets per year to maintain my Premier Club for both these accounts, which I'm not too fussed about doing. So yeah, hopefully we can get some luck on that streak. But anyways, that is basically the updates for me. Just figured I'd give you guys that little tidbit. Go ahead and purchase the bonds nowadays if you want to get that Premiere later on and not break the bank on the inflated prices. Now, moving on to the month ahead for June. It is not too exciting, unfortunately. It is a bit of a lackluster month, which is probably why they delayed the month ahead so long. We're basically like a third of the way through the month almost at this point, with them coming out with it just now. Well, I guess it was a fourth of the way through the month when they came out with it, but still, like in the past, it's almost always came out on the first or before then even. And I don't see why they didn't make it last Friday, because that was the 31st of May. But anyways, there's very little listed in here, and I'll just go over what there is, of course. But first things first is the Comp Cape rework is apparently coming out this month, and I feel like that kind of goes to show why they backpedaled so hard on their changes that they were proposing, because it was a lot. It was like a big rework, and if they only had until June to come out with it, maybe that's why they were so quick to jump on the supposed feedback that they were receiving of people not wanting a complicated rework. So yeah, that is coming out in June. It is not that exciting, really. I'm honestly not looking forward to this rework anymore. I was kind of looking forward to the complicated version, although I still don't agree with Reaper being removed from Comp Cape, especially with their wording that they put. They actually released a dev blog, another dev blog on the Comp Cape rework. It was, I think, the 4th one, and this was just a classic Jagex wording moment that I think I'd like to share with you guys. Let's see, what did they say? Where did they say it? I know they said it in here somewhere. Let me just look at it. Yeah, this is what they say. Essentially, the Comp Cape should represent a player who has played everything, bosses not included, A comped player is a player you can ask about any update and they'll be able to tell you about it. Okay, tell me about the bosses in the game then. Tell me about, Solok. Tell me about ED3. Tell me all about it. If you're a comped player, you should be able to. They're contradicting themselves so hard with that statement. It's just like, clearly that is not the case, or that's not what you believe, because that's not what is going to be the case when they come out with this update. That is just ridiculous. And then on top of that, in the same dev blog, the stupidest picture I think I've ever seen of like a concept art or a design of anything, the profound halo. The memes were just endless on Reddit about this. If you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. Go to the RuneScape homepage, devblog 4 for the Compcape. Scroll all the way down. Look at that picture. Holy shit. What were they thinking releasing that? How can anybody in their right mind look at that picture of that design and be like, yeah, this looks good. People will be happy with this as a reward for the hundreds of hours they've spent in Castle Wars or other minigames. It literally looks like you put like a Cheerio on your head, or like one of the rings from Sonic. There were all kinds of memes flying around on Reddit, but god damn, they're so like, this whole dev blog number 4 is just yikes. They need to like take it down and redo it, because that was just an embarrassment, honestly. So that's coming out in June. Apparently they are redesigning that Halo, but if you're doing that, don't release the fucking picture of this ugly ass version. So yeah, I mean, I've talked about the comp rework in a couple of videos in the past. I'll link them in the description if you want to check those out. So I'm not going to go into too much more detail here, but apparently that's coming out in June. Woohoo. They list the weapon diversity beta. I've talked about that in 2 videos already. Still really haven't had a change of opinion on it. It's just imbalanced, and the fact that they couldn't see that it was imbalanced just based off the numbers is kind of ridiculous. Like when anyone just looks at it, it's so obvious to see that the maces are way better. Whoops. I'm used to doing firemaking on my hardcore where I have the preset, but it's just so obvious that all the melee weapons are outclassed by the maces. And sure, like a niche effect like the 2H thing to have healing is fine, I guess, but that's not really going to make it more diverse. That's just a little perk for when you're already going to be using 2H weapons, in my opinion. And then obviously spear, switchscape, whatever. So yeah, that's still going on right now if you want to try it out, although I mean, it's not really that interesting to really try out, to be honest, especially considering like if they really have to make changes to it, and they just need to release something for every weapon type, otherwise it's going to be a shit show, in my opinion. But anyways, I have talked about that in 2 other videos. I'll also link those in the description if you guys are interested in watching them if you missed them. And then I think this is pretty much the last thing. Yeah, pretty much the last thing that's coming this month is going to be another one of the, it seems like it's just another one of those MTX events. I mean, it's not completely MTX, like you don't need to pay for anything if you don't want to, but you can use MTX to like speed it up. You know, one of those events, it sounds like one of those token gathering events where you need to get like 15k tokens or whatever. You hand them in, you get a bunch of cosmetic stuff, and you know, pretty unexciting overall. But it is a pretty cool themed one because when did they release the name of the island? I don't know when they released the name. Apparently the new island is called Anachronia. I kind of like that name. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that is a cool name. I like that a lot, actually. I hadn't seen it before now. I don't know if this is like the first time they're naming it or they released it before and I'm clueless. But basically, it's going to be an event kind of at the dig site instead of, you know, normally these things. Why do I keep taking out all my gear? God damn it. Normally these events are focused in the Lumbridge crater, so it's nice to see them actually using one that fits in well to how the storyline is going, or for like a future update rather than just like a random one that doesn't really make sense to do. So pretty much you're going to be able to train construction, woodcutting, and farming. So, well, actually now I'm confused. Is this not one of those token events? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's one of those go to the place and do the thing for 30 minutes a day events. My bad, guys. good job me on reading the update. But yeah, it's a 2-week event, and you can train construction, woodcutting, or farming there. And you'll basically be helping to build that boat at the dig site. So apparently those guys who have been working on it for like 10 plus years haven't made very good progress, because we all need to help them out in finishing it up. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's just a nice little thematic thing. You know, we got to build the boat, and then the update will come out, I think, next month, where we'll be taking that boat off to Anachronia. So I do like the theme of this event, although obviously the events in general are not too exciting. This one seems like it also has some pretty cool cosmetics that they're releasing with it. It looks like there's gonna be a pet mini Mr. Mordot, the dragon guy who's in the Rework Museum, previously of Random Event fame. It looks pretty decent. I like it, but I don't understand really how it works, because it has a desk. Like, does the desk go away when it's walking around, or does the desk like float around with it? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. You also there's also a new outfit which looks decent, kind of like a Rework themed one, and then also a Rework flag rest animation where it looks like you'll have like a standard, like the Rework standard planted in the ground while you're resting, I guess. So seems like some. And also one more thing at the title, I can't stop doing that, I don't know why. The title of Stormbreaker, which is a pretty cool sounding title. I really hope it better be blue, because Stormbreaker, that just sounds like a blue title to me, so they better make it blue. I'll be very angry. So that's everything that's coming this month. Again, not very exciting. I assume the event is starting either this Monday or next Monday. They don't actually list dates this month, but yeah, I assume it's probably going to be one of the next 2 weeks. Who knows when the comp rework is coming out? Not really looking forward to that, like I've said. Other things that they also listed here, the summer special is coming out again this year. So starting from June 10th, which is on Monday, until August 4th, you can get 3 months of membership for the price of 2. If you obviously haven't gotten the Premier Club, or you need to re-up your membership in some way, you get a little discount from that. And you'll also get a new outfit, the Dragonkin armor for your troubles. They're also going to be releasing elf ears on the Solomon store, which apparently people have asked for in the past. Woohoo, I guess. I'm not sure if anybody's actually interested in that, but that's something else they listed. And of course, the tickets for RuneFest are on sale if you're interested in going to that. It is October 4th and 5th. Looking forward to doing some videos on what they announce and stuff. Really hoping to hear about a new skill coming in the next year or two. That would be nice to see. But yeah, that's basically it for this video, you guys. Wanted to just quickly go over the month ahead here. You guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So April was a pretty bad month. May was pretty good, actually. I liked May was a decent month, and now we're back to a not as great month. But then next month will probably be pretty good as well, because obviously we have this new island, Fossil Island, Land Out of Time, Anachronia, the many names it has. But I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts on this event and the comp rework and the weapons and all that stuff in the comments down below. And I will see you guys for a new Hardcore Iron Man episode either later today or most likely tomorrow, and then of course our weekly vlog on Monday. See you guys then. Peace out.